Hello and welcome to Greg Lux. Here I have a 2021 Cadillac Escalade ESV Sport. This car came with a clean Carfax report. What I'm going to do in this video for you is I'm going to show you around the car. We're going to take a look at it to see if there's any kind of damage, including scratches, dents, chips, or anything else. Here at Greg Lux, we want to be as transparent as possible and give you total peace of mind. So if there's anything you need to know about this car, we will let you know. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go panel by panel, checking out the vehicle, and we're gonna start right here with the front bumper. Let's take a look. Front bumper looks perfect. What about the hood? And again, we just want to know if this car has any scratches, any dents, any chips, or any other kind of damage. The hood seems to be in perfect condition. And now what about this fender? Fender looks perfect. Now what about the wheel? And I'm not seeing any kind of curve rash or any other kind of damage to the rim. This wheel is in perfect condition as well. Now that means we can move on right here to the door panels, starting with this one. This one looks perfect. What about the second one? And this one looks perfect as well. Now let's move on right here to this fender. Again, taking a close look at everything, we just want to know if there's any sort of damage all around. Looks perfect. What about the wheel? And just like the first one, this one doesn't have any sign of curve rash or any other type of damage. It's in perfect condition. Let's now move on to the back. Starting with the rear bumper. Looking good. I'm not seeing any sort of damage. What about this section? Perfect. Again, this is basically a brand new car. I'm not seeing any sort of damage. Let's now move on to the passenger side, and we're going to start with this fender. Looks perfect. What about the wheel? And this one doesn't have any sign of curve rash or any other kind of damage, as I've previously said. This one is in perfect condition, just like the last two. Now let's go ahead and move on to these door panels, starting with this one. Looks perfect. What about the second one? And this one is in perfect condition as well. Now let's go ahead and take a look at this fender. And like the rest of the vehicle, this fender is in excellent condition. What about this wheel? And I can safely say that all of the wheels of this car are in perfect condition. Now we can move on to the interior of the vehicle, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the seat. We're checking out the leather. We want to know if there's any sort of wear and tear, any sort of damage. Everything's looking good. The seat's in perfect condition, and we can move on to the door panel. Again, we just want to know if there's any scratches, any tears to the leather, or any other kind of damage. But just like the seat, this door panel is in perfect condition as well. Now we can take a look at the other side of the vehicle, the passenger side, and we're going to do the same thing. We're first going to take a look at the seat, checking the leather. We want to know if there's any type of wear and tear, any sort of damage. But just like the other side, I'm not seeing anything at all. It's in perfect condition. Now what about the door panel? Let's take a close look, just like we did it with the other side. We want to know if there's any sort of damage. Looks perfect as well. And now we can go ahead and move on right here to the back seats, starting with this one on the passenger side. Looks perfect. What about the other one? Looks perfect as well. And now what about this one's? Looking good. The one on the driver's side. Again, I'm not seeing any type of wear and tear. What about the middle one? Looking good. And now what about the last one? Perfect. Overall, the back seats are in perfect condition. Now with the car on, I want to show you a couple things. The first of which is the mileage of this vehicle. As you can see on the left side of the dashboard, this car has 125 miles. The other thing I want to show you is that this car comes with a GPS system, and very important as well, it comes with a backup camera. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the steering wheel. We want to know if there's any sort of damage all around, including scratches or tears or any other kind of damage. Leather looks perfect. What about the buttons? This side looks perfect, and this side looks perfect as well. Again, I'm not seeing any sort of damage. Now let's move on to the mid console. We want to know if there's any scratches on the screen, on the knobs, the buttons, or anywhere else. Everything's looking good. The mid console and the steering wheel are in perfect condition. Now we can take a look at the trunk of the car, and we just want to know if there's any type of wear and tear all around, in the sides, in the back of the seats, or in the floor of the trunk itself. And as you can see, there's no kind of damage. As I've previously mentioned, this is basically a brand new car. The trunk of this vehicle is in perfect condition. Before we finish off this video, let's take a look at the engine. We just want to take a quick look. Perfect. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to contact one of our representatives here at H. Greg Lux.